observances here, and I had a keen bird's eye view in this particular case because, again, I've done this for a living, and I can kind of tell when a fight is starting to change, number one. But also, I was in the ring with McGregor in sparring, so from that perspective, I can also tell when he's starting to fade a little bit or fold a little bit. Because I've seen it with my own eyes in sparring. You know what I'm saying? Like when he starts to change a little bit. There's subtle things he does when he feels uncomfortable. You know, so I had a twofold view of this perspective when I said at the end of round 3, and again, I didn't want to influence anybody. All I was saying was better round for Mayweather. That's all I said. It just leaves the possibility open that round 4 may continue to go this way, or it may not. You know, better round. It doesn't mean he won or lost it. I'm going to leave it up to you to decide it. But I just wanted people to kind of start to realize it. And more importantly, I wanted even my co-commentators to start to realize it. You know what I'm saying? Which, going by round 4, I don't know if they did. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes we differ in our views and opinions, you know? But regardless, I thought round 4 was also was a really good round for Mayweather, and so on and so forth. The fight started to continue to change. One thing about McGregor, and that's why I told him to bring his balls on fight week when I ran into him. I said, bring your balls, because I know this guy always forgets his balls in key moments. What I was talking about was this. In sparring, when we were sparring, especially that 12-round session, I faded in the last 2 rounds because of fatigue, not because I wasn't better than him. Because for 10 rounds, for the majority of 10 rounds, I was better than him. And during that 10 rounds, not only was I better than him, I reminded him, as I watched him start to fold, that he had no balls, and how he always forgets his balls, and how when things get tough, he has no balls, he has no character. It was a very, very high-intensity sparring with a lot of shit-talking. And during that shit-talking, when I was getting the advantage of it, when I was starting to see him fade, I made sure to remind him of those things. Now, don't get me wrong, 11 and 12, I faded out. Not because I wasn't better than him, but because I still had to get in shape. By the end of that camp, trust me, the guy wouldn't have been winning a round against me. But praise him for 11 and 12 of that sparring session. He did well. What I was reminding him on Fight Week, because now it had been a few weeks since we'd seen each other, and I wanted to remind him when he got in my face with all his bullshit that he's been told, because he spews so much bullshit that he starts to believe his own bullshit. So I wanted to give him a reality check when we were face-to-face. The reality check I need to give him is the reality check nobody else in his own training camp gives him. The reality check that he has no balls, he has no guts when it comes down to push comes to shove, and everybody's just praising him. So it had been about three and a half weeks since somebody actually gave him the reality check that I was giving him. So I felt like Fight Week, it was important because he's feeling himself and he gets in my face, to give him this reminder and that the reality is actually this, buddy. No matter how much praise everybody's giving you, your reality that I know and you know, more importantly, you know and I know and you know that I know it, is that you have no balls. And I've seen it with my own eyes. And you know that I've seen it with my own eyes. So when they broke us up, that time, you know, and I'm yelling back at him and whatnot, they broke us up, the top grade me, everybody knows the story. There's one camera that follows Conor, and he's being pushed out. You notice how he gets into a fight with a fan right as soon as he's being pushed out? Because he got so aggravated with me telling him he has no balls, because there's a subtle insecurity about him. He knows like that I know, you know, and he knows that it's true too. He knows he has no balls and push comes to shove because he's proved it himself. He knows better than anybody else that he quit in an ABS fight. You know what I'm saying? So at that point he hadn't quit in the Mayweather fight yet. You know, so it got under his skin that to a point where he was starting to attack a fan when they were trying to push him away. He lost his mind. Again, the truth hurts. And not enough people give him the truth in his training camp. It's a lot of cheerleading, it's a lot of pom-poms. But on fight night, you know what? He started pretty good. But he also started pretty good because it was a non-thinking Floyd Mayweather. I mean, Seth, Pete, you got to tell me this. Have you ever seen Mayweather go through an entire fight, not make a single adjustment? Just one track mind. I've never watched it in my life.
No feints, no change of look.
No change of look.
He knew exactly what he was going to do and when he was going to do it, period.
No cutting off the ring, nothing. I even talked to Floyd after the fight. I said, Floyd, let me ask you something, bro. Why weren't you cutting off the ring? He said, I wanted him to last. I wanted him to take as much punishment. I wanted him to take as much punishment as he could take because I knew he couldn't take it. I knew. That's why on Fight Week he said what he said on the press conference. He said, you can give it, but can you take it? Can you take it? Right. Floyd said, if I cut off the ring, he's going to get stopped sooner. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't want to stop him sooner. I want him to take as much as he can.
Didn't he bet that round too, though? Didn't he bet the round? Didn't he bet the round too?
No, I think
no, he didn't bet the round. No, he actually got turned down. He tried to bet the stoppage. He tried to bet the overall stoppage, and the casino turned him down because he was one of the promoters on the show. So they said it was not allowed, which he was pissed off. He tried to bet $400,000 on himself to win by stoppage. The thing about it is this: Floyd said, I knew he wasn't going to be able to take it, but I wanted him to take as much as he could to see how far he could go. Because you can give it, but can you take it? He goes, if I cut off the ring, I'm going to stop him too soon. I don't want to stop him too soon. I want to see if he can take it. So all this false bravado by the MMA fans about, oh, Conor did good early on. Floyd allowed you to do this good, bro. Floyd allowed you. Because if Floyd starts cutting the ring off from round 1, 2, already round 2, Conor's going to start getting so uncomfortable, he's not going to have as much success as he's having. You know? Conor's having success in the first couple of rounds because Floyd's not cutting off the ring. Because believe me, I saw it with my own eyes. You start cutting off the ring against Conor, and I did in training camp and sparring, he already starts to give you those uncomfortable looks. That uncomfortable feeling.
We got to make them a checklist. You know, I remember like each fight we would sit in the hotel room and go over everything. You know, you need your outfit, your shoes, gauze, tape, 2 mouthpieces, the cup.
Yeah.
And Conor needs to bring his balls as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I was talking about with you, Pete. You know, I said, you know, that's what I was basically trying to make sure, you know, because you pack everything. You pack your cup, you might be checklist, you pack your mouthpiece, especially.
The Gucci.
You have a backup mouthpiece, so they want you to have a backup mouthpiece in case.
You got his Gucci.
With Conor, you know, the most important things in our training camps were often other things. With Conor, the most important thing that the number one on the checklist should always be his balls, because he always seems to forget them when they're going.
You're gonna need those.
Yeah, you're gonna need those. And I love another thing with that a lot of MMA fans. This is the problem with, you can't even argue with retards because you know they're just not, they don't understand the concept of what you're arguing about. You know, everybody's talking about go in the octagon if you have balls. No, that's not the point here. If I don't want to jump off the Verrazano Bridge, it doesn't mean I don't have balls to jump off the Verrazano Bridge. I just don't want to jump off the Verrazano Bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like, the point we're making here is you finish what you start. And in this particular case, Conor has no balls because he can never finish what he starts. He's the one who goes into the octagon and fought Nate Diaz and he quitting in that fight. He's the one who stepped in the ring against Floyd and found a way to quit on last week, Saturday night. You finish what you started. And if you can't finish what you started, you have no balls. You understand what this is, guys? All you people at home have no balls either because you don't even understand the concept of what I'm talking about. If you understand the concept of what I'm talking about, you'll understand the concept of what it means to bring your balls, okay? Bringing your balls has nothing to do with getting him in the octagon, jump off the Verrazano Bridge, go this. That has nothing to do with it. It means character. It means finish what you started. You decided to jump in there and fight Floyd Mayweather. You decided to get in there and fight Nate Diaz that first time. You did it, not me. Go finish what you started. And don't find a way out of it. Because don't get me wrong, you can be stopped. You can be stopped. That's another thing people don't get. You can be knocked out. You can be stopped. But don't don't find your own exit strategy. You know what I'm saying? Conor found his own exit strategy either way. You know what I'm saying? And then the backhanded compliments. I mean, you guys get these backhanded compliments? I mean, you were just talking about it. Pete, did you get that? The backhanded compliments he gives Floyd?
Yeah, well, it wasn't really skill. He was just very composed.
Yeah.
It wasn't skill. Well, that's a skill last time I checked. And basically, the irony of him wearing white gloves was that they weren't being used for punches when he started bitching out, and it became like a white flag.
And not only that, bro, the irony of all of this is it didn't take skills to beat you. Floyd was never intending. Floyd was eating Burger King and hanging out at the strip club all week, bro. He never intended to beat you with skill. He knew you sucked so bad that he knew he would just outman you. And he would just beat you by showing you he's more man than you. Like, that's what Conor McGregor's insecurity and living in denial is not letting him accept this fact. Floyd Mayweather never intended to beat you with skills, buddy. He barely sparring camp. He barely did pad work in camp. He barely did anything, okay? He worked out the generic way, hung out at the strip club every night, ate what he wanted, showed up on fight night, and just said, you know what? I'm going to beat this guy showing him I'm more man than him. And that's what he did. Skills never came into play. You never even saw Floyd Mayweather's skills, buddy. That's what I want to tell him. Like, bro, you think you actually saw Floyd Mayweather? He never intended to beat you with skills. He intended to beat you by showing you how little of a man you are.
Wow.
And he did. He actually did that. And that's what the fans don't get either. These in denial MMA groupies also don't get that shit. It's amazing, like what your own mind will make you believe when you're in denial. Just like their own mind will make them believe. You saw how soft this guy punches. You saw it yourself. But their own mind will make them believe he scored a knockdown in camp. They don't they can't believe if Conor McGregor said he flew last night. He flew from Ireland back to New York. And if they don't see it, they'll believe. They'll take his word for it. No, bro, the guy can fly. Are you kidding me? The guy can fly.
Well, he has long arms.
He's mystic.
They're so weird, bro. I feel like, bro. I mean, I know Pete, you didn't watch. I don't know how much wrestling you watched when you were a kid. But I know Seth probably did. I feel like when I was a kid, I thought nobody could beat Hulk Hogan or the Ultimate Warrior. You know what I'm saying? Like,
of course.
I believe wrestling was real, and you couldn't tell me anything different. No way was Hulk Hogan going to lose to Andre the Giant in WrestleMania 3. No way was anybody going to beat Ultimate Warrior when he came around. Like, I loved him. Like, but I was 7, 8 years old, bro. Like, these people are full-blown adults discussing Conor McGregor like a little child discusses their favorite wrestler. It's mind-boggling the amount of stupidity we have as full-blown adults in this generation. This generation is a generation of morons to the 100th degree. It's incredible. Like, get a dose of reality. Me and Peter loved the Toro Gotti, but we knew he was going to get destroyed when he fought Floyd Mayweather. And we loved the Toro Gotti, and we still loved him after he lost to Floyd Mayweather. We just knew it wasn't the fight for him. That's it.
Wasn't the fight for a lot of guys.
He made a good check.
You can still love Conor McGregor. Huh? Yeah, but you can still love Conor McGregor. But
Absolutely.
Doesn't mean you don't love him just because you say, you know what, you got an ass kick last week. You got an ass kick last week. God bless. Love him more again. Love him. Be a fan of his anyway. Nobody telling you not to be.
Paul, are you gonna fight or what?
Admit what happened. Admit what happened, at least. He got his manhood taken last week, and he still
there's a lot of things they need to admit. There's a lot of things they need to admit.
Never will.
Like, well, there's never been a 154-pound fighter that wore 8-ounce gloves. So for everyone to say that Floyd makes the rules and this and that, he got his way. He was the one bragging about he was 170. I mean, if you look at Floyd, he was 149 at the weigh-in. What did he gain? A half a pound? I mean, what was he, 151?
This guy is funny. I love how everybody forgot that 8-ounce argument, right, Pete? Everybody forgot that 8-ounce argument. God. He showed up to the ring 20 pounds bigger than Floyd, wearing 8-ounce gloves, supposedly this killer puncher. Round 1, he lands an uppercut on a counter. When you get hit with a counter power shot, like, it really takes you off guard. Like, you could really, really be knocked out, especially round 1 when your brain and your body aren't warmed up. I mean, he hit Floyd with a counter uppercut. God bless, he timed it perfectly. You know, good for him. And Floyd almost laughed it off. That's it. That was all the power that everybody had been talking about. That's it. That was it. No, and I said, wow, that's about it, huh? That's it. I mean,
that's about it.
That's about all you got. And you're never even going to land that shot again. That's it. You landed it. You actually had your chance. You actually landed the big one that you thought was going to land. Oh, that big red chance. Oh, cause if you land that big one, there it was. There it was, and there it went. And there it went.
No, he was taking lint off Floyd's chin.
Yeah, I mean,
Floyd had some little
unbelievable. And then he was feeling himself. What about when he put his hands behind his back when he's feeling himself?
Yeah.
But you know you got a half hour left in this fight, right? What are you doing, round 2? You know, this is going to get really bad for you. Like, you know you're in round 2. You got about 30 minutes to fight still, you know?
Paulie, when you guys...
My man got a little bit ahead of himself.
You're a long way from home, Dorothy.
Paulie,
my man thought he won the marathon after he finished 2 miles. There's 24 miles to go, cuz. You know what I mean? He was feeling himself. He finished the first couple miles, and he thought he was on his way home already.
Yeah, he thought he was cruising on his bike in Vegas.
Yeah.
Lance Armstrong.